Hello, YouTube modeling community. You know who this is. This is Rusty Rotor with what's on my bench. We will take a look at that here in just a minute. Try to make this very short. Uh, so on top of uh, my big fame word, balling on a budget, uh, you guys heard me say it many times. OCD, anal, whatever you want to call it. Uh, organization to the max. That's me. My shop is always a chaos mess, but I know where everything is most of the time. Take these off here. I'll show you. I got this at a, what do you call it? Hobby Lobby today. It's like $3. It's on clearance. And having all my detail wire is driving me nuts. So I finally got to go through all my drawers and clean out all my little scraps. I always keep every fall off piece, even if it's just as long as it's about a 1/4 inch long, because you never know when you need that short little wire. And instead of cutting off the roll, you got a scrap piece, use it. Try not to have too much waste. So I got a big Ziploc baggie in here with like my anodized colored wires, all my scraps, just some stuff rolled up that was just excessive amount off the main roll that's gone now. And then each one of these bins is written on top what it is, and inside I've got you can see the paper down there with the actual size of the wire and the color. Well, I got the color on top, so I know what it is. So when I need to reorder, I know where to get it. And I've got the hobby shop's information right here in the corner, so I know where to order it. But I finally found, if you remember, on the 32, I was struggling with that little pigtail off the brake line booster. I had to use a piece of wire that really didn't work so well, and it's kind of an eyesore. So I may try to remove that and use the right wire. I found my spool of wire. See what happens when you dig through and you find stuff? So I was able to get it rolled back up, and the fall off pieces, I got them real nice, tight little rolls. So I can take one of these little rolls out when I'm doing a model, and I have all my fuel lines, all my brake lines. This stuff bends super easy. It stays in place, so it's really nice. I don't have the label or the spool anymore, so I can't really tell you. I know I got it at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, one of the two, in the jewelry making department. I don't even know what size it is, but it works perfect for brake lines, fuel lines, all that kind of stuff. So I'll open it. Oh, gotta have it on the right side. I'll open it and I'll show it to you guys. You may know what it is, you may not. Also, digging through there, I found all my little scrap pieces of fuel hose that are clear hose, if I want to use those. Radiator hose, vacuum lines, different sizes. So, I was wondering where those were, because, I could have already used all these up and then used something different, which works, but this looks a lot better. So I got it in a little Ziploc baggie, and I'm keeping it in here as well. That way, when I know I'm going to do my engine detail or interior detail, all my stuff is, other than seatbelt material, is right here. I'll probably go back and get one of these two seatbelts. And you said, well, why? Because, well, I do have some that are different colors, and I can cut them in strips and put them down in here, and they'll be ready for each build, whether it's black, white, red. I think I have some green. I'm not for sure. But I have to go back to, I have the spool that I use. It's 1/16 ribbon. And I have the company's name, so I'm going to get online later and check them out. I think I'm almost out of green. I wasn't going to use it, and I gave it to somebody, or something happened to it. I can't remember. But it's the same company. So they make any color you want in 1/16, which is perfect size to work with. Go for racing, Summit Detail Masters, ProTech. I think they'll work on that too. There's one that it won't. I can't remember what it was. Model Car Garage. What, I think that's the one. They're too small. Those are designed to use the paper type or tape type things too. I have a bunch of them, but if you take the 1/16 ribbon and cut it on an angle, and you can get it to pull through, and it fits good. So it's not that they're not usable. But this will work good, so I can put all my hardware, all the different color ribbons in here, and in multitude, the only other color I need is green, because I have red, or no, I have black and I have white. I gave the green away, but now I want green. So with the white, I can make red, I can make orange, I can make yellow. Doesn't matter what, I can make green really. So I may not order it, but what I'm getting at is it'll just be full of black and white, because black is your basic color, of course. And then the white, I can make any color I need: brown, tan, cream. It does not matter, because it's dyeable. It dyes really quick and still functions the same. Actually, truthfully, dyeing it, it gives it more, the textures come out in it, and it looks more like a real seatbelt. Let's see. So yeah, I'm thinking about getting one more of these to do that, which this is really nice, because this fits up underneath my shelf in the back of the desk here, out of sight, out of mind type thing. It's not going to take up desk space. And then I want to get another one for these guys. I can put these in here. I have to get the one they're longer. There's two different kinds they had. This one's got one long bend right here, and then the rest are all like square, 2 inches, maybe 1.5 by 2 inches, which is perfect for wiring or wires. But for these, smaller, because what I'm going to do is when I can get some extra money for the hobby, remember how I do that, I'm going to stock up on these. And I say that because, you saw how tiny and fiddly they are. And I guarantee I grab one with a pair of tweezers and it's going to go twing, and I'm going to lose it. So you got to factor in waste, or accidental waste, I should say. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get another one of these for these, and then stock up on them. There's 4 sets, so I can correct myself from the video where I talked about these rivets and bolt heads. There's 4 different sets: A, B, C, and D. So I'm going to stock up on all of them. There'll be A1, A2, B1, B2, so on and so forth. Because these are all A, and there's 2 different types in here, so I'll split them up. That way I've got tons, so no matter what I do, whether it be a ship, an airplane, I want to add that rivet detail to it. Who knows, we may do a Gundam. I've wanted to do one for a long time. I've just never bought one. So I'd be truthfully willing to build one here on the show, and kind of detail it. It would be nice to put some warp, battle effects on it. I think that would be a good time. But on cars, still, this is going to work great. So that's my plan, is to get one more. Very, very inexpensive. I got, this is my base, and we'll take a look at it and see what it's for, and all these other parts real quick. I got another one of these little wires. This got to go in the box too. Yes, it could go on my spool, but it's so small. Go over there to get it. This is really fine wire. I have to get my glasses on just to see it. It is 32 gauge, so if you're curious, it's on the end there. It's like $1.99 at Hobby Lobby. And anytime I'm there and I see wire, I'm like, oh yeah, see? This is smaller than the brake lines and fuel lines, so I could dedicate this stuff to brake lines and this to fuel lines. It's very soft. You can see how easy it bends. It's great, and it straightens out just by pulling on it. Throttle cables. I take a little bit bigger wire and I pull the multitude of copper wires out of it. I slide that on over this, and I make my own brackets and thing to hook onto the carburetor to make it look like a real throttle cable. So many purposes. I'm sure you guys are aware of all that. But yeah, we're going to keep that in there too as well. But yes, we got this wooden base. You may say, what's that for? It's not for Tom's. This is for Acme. This will be my base that I set. Where the heck is it? One second, guys. I found some more wires. And here's my mess of radiator hose. I got this in bulk, if you guys remember, way back when I was showing you about it, talking about it. There's another wire in here too, doesn't go in there. But this is just soft black rubber, real rubber hose. It stretches a little bit. And here's pro tip. For this size, if this doesn't work for your radiator hose, you can stretch this stuff and it becomes a smaller diameter. And it stays. You can see, if you can tell in the camera, like right here, it's darker and then it's lighter. The lighter area is a smaller gauge now, so you can downsize it just by doing that, and it stays that way. Trust me, I got 2 or 3 spots in here where I've done that too. I'm going to get this all rolled up and put on something to keep the mess. And then my daughter's ex-boyfriend plays guitar, and he always drops by. He's the father of my granddaughter. Drops by and gives me his guitar strings. Now, I have all the different sizes. This doesn't bend very easily, but what this is great if you need a hard line of some sorts, but yet will bend enough and keep its shape. This will. So, it's got multiple uses, but I cut them down into whatever that is, 4-inch lengths. And then I keep some in the little paper bag they're in. That's what these are silver. I've got the copper ones here, or brass, whatever color they are. They also get doubled as, let's see if I can find it. There, it's right here. It's so small. So if you can look at this, there's a company I told you about that makes those antennas, like I put on that 32. That's me using guitar string, and I just pull the wire out of the coil and then clip the coil just like about 1/8 of an inch up to represent the base of the antenna, and then you got your proper little antenna to put on your model, especially like the older cars, pretty much up to the 70s, maybe early 80s. Simple and cheap. I spent $3.99 and got 2, and then I realized what it was, and now I can make as many as I want for free. So yeah, I gotta get me a little container, and well, I got one right here, but I got something I want to show you guys that goes in there. But there's one antenna. This is going on old Tom's. And I made another one too. Put that there. We did get a little mail call. We're going to go over that, but I want to find this other antenna real quick. There's a shifter I was looking for a long time ago. I found it. So I got to get that put in the proper spot. Also found some more scrap of this. This is that photo etch sprue. I watched a video on Matthew's model car videos. Go check it out. It's his newest one. He did an interview with a gentleman that builds. I built to that degree, but not that extent. And he's a lot faster than me for the time process it took him to build that 62 Bobcat or whatever it was, Pontiac Bobcat. Check out Matthew's video though. It's a really good video. You can see through the book. I don't make a book like that. I would love to, but usually I'm so far down to the wire, and I don't have time to go through all that. I eventually will, because, like I said, I do a build sheet. I do have reference pictures for most of my replica builds, and I will be doing photo albums like that with all my reference pictures in there, pictures of the real car, paint codes, the whole 9 yards. Because when I do build a replica, that I do exactly the same as this. I think his name's Bob. Is this gentleman? I've never met him, but I'm looking forward to meeting him if he's going to be at Acme this year. I build really similar to what he does. Like I said, I'm a little lazier, so I'm like the everyday Joe. He did it precisely like it was from the factory, nice and neat, everything, to a T. Can I do that? Yes, I can do that. I don't like doing that. I like, when you look at my engine compartment, you get the wow factor, but it's like, if it was a real car, you could tell it was just the guy did it himself. And maybe sometimes he's in a hurry, sometimes he wasn't. We've gone over that, but you guys keep these things. You bend and fold them over. They make a perfect little strap, clamp, what have you. And you can even put a little photo etched bolt head on it when you're done to represent the screw that's holding it to the frame rail or the floorboard underneath or wherever, engine compartment. So, another pro tip. Anyways, anywho, let me put this back in the... Well, let's set it over here because I want to cut that up too. I think oh, there it is. So, every show you guys see these things and the models are rotating around on them. This one you just push and it rotates. Well, I got these little rubber bumpers. I call them baby bumpers. That comes with the display cases. I'll put 4 of them on here, and then I got at the stove. That's the last thing. Yep. The larger mirrors. So I know, I'll use the truck as an example. I know it's going to fit on there a lot better than it would on this little mirror thing. Everything hung over. This is a bigger platform. Once you peel the things off of them, they're nice and shiny. And then I can just set this on this tabletop. Like so. You can see it rotating around. And then this base will get painted black. And adjoining it, I'm going to take 2 of these smaller ones, glue them together, and make one higher, and then I'll drill a hole through here in this pedestal, and this is where they'll be hooked, so it'll be permanently set where I need the light. And then I'll use the one other one flat pinned to it where I want the other light. That way when I get to Acme, I just take it out, set it down, set my lights on it, set the model up and the mirror up on here, and it's good to go. And I can set up toms. The other mirror right here is for toms, just so you can see underneath the chassis. And I got a couple other little things to display it. So yeah, I've been trying to think of a lot of ways to kind of up my game, step up a little bit, make it more presentable instead of just slapping a model down on the table. Maybe putting a few little mirrors underneath it. The little mirrors I got, I'm going to try to use in an angled way to kind of bounce back detail on the builds I take this year. And, other shows I go to, I'll do it as well. But, yeah, these were only what were these? These were $3.99. This was $3.99. I got 2 mirrors, and the base was like $2.50. I'll just use hobby paint and paint them black, and then I'll put a satin varnish over top of them. And then, we got these little lights right here, and these will sit on this like that, and it'll shine the light down on that 32. Just remember, that's the main one I'm taking. So yeah, that's all for Acme. I'll set that up here. So I got a little side project I got to work on, get that ready for Acme. You guys can let me know down below what you think of this. I thought it was a neat way to keep track of everything, stay a little organized. I know everybody else has got their own their niche that they do to stay organized. So let me set this out of the way for right now. And then the mail call. Most of you are familiar with RB Motions, the precise and beautiful way he creates all of his aluminum fittings. I mean, he has everything. He has the banjo fittings, bolt heads, rivet heads, anything you want to really take your model to the next level. And it's all in aluminum finish. He does have some that come anodized, but you can anodize these yourself without paying the extra price for them. Now these are the exact size for fuel lines or brake lines, depending on how detailed you're getting your kit. Now I bought 3 sets. I think it was like $36. And it took a while because he was a month backlogged. But that shows tests of how good his product is. People are constantly ordering, so he's, backpedaling to keep up with demand. But after looking at them, guys, these are absolutely beautiful, and they're 2 pieces. So where they're hollow there, the end of your like black braided line, I don't have any with me right this second, but the black braided line, you just clean the material off the end. You got a little wire sticking out of it, and you would stick that up into one end, and the other end will go into my fuel rails, and it'll give me that 90-degree look coming out of the fuel rails for all the fuel lines on the Corvette. Now they're in. It sucks, but it is what it is. A&M Fittings. Got the company on the bottom, so I know whose they are, and the size, so I know next time I need to order. And if you're curious, that's the size, 1520E. And there's the 0.031 hex elbow. So yeah, I'll put that back up there for you guys. You can pause, whatever, write that information down. A little pricey, yes, but if you're going to go all out on a detail, let's say, you got one car, you got some beautiful reference material, everything you need to replicate the car you want to build, and you want to make sure everything is correct. It's a race car or whatever, or something out of Hot Rod magazine. This is who you want to go to and get all your different sizes, and then just get some of these little round things at Hobby Lobby and label them, and then take them from your little bags and put them in here. Now all you gotta do is take your tweezers and grab one and put it together, and you're done. You can anodize them black, the red and blue, whichever you choose to do. They're there. So I'll keep mine in this little baggie like that, and fold that little baggie in half, and I'll put that down the side. Usually I put them loose, but these are very small. See, so now they're locked in place. I won't lose them, and they're organized. I can set these out on the desk as I'm working, grab one as I need it, so on and so forth. Now I'm trying to find that other little antenna. I made 2. Whoops. Okay. Third pro tip of the day, guys. You get a lot of tips. Oil dipstick. Now, my aluminum tubing is just a hair too big. So what I did was use a piece of yellow wire, and I put a little piece of wire, strip the wire out. I'll paint it to match the color of the engine. And now the dipstick, I gotta paint it silver, but I can take the dipstick out. See, there's the dipstick. Not that you want to take it all the way out because it's a pain in the butt to put back in there. But the main thing is, there you go. I got my oil dipstick too for old Tom's. So Tom, you're actually getting to see something for it. Does that tell you what it is, buddy? But yeah, I mean, scratch built. Once it's painted, it's glued in place, it plays the part. How much did it cost me? It didn't cost me nothing. Just scrap pieces I had laying around and a little imagination and trying some things out until I find something that works. But so now I got the oil dipsticks. Now I can get this all painted, and I want to get that looped around a little bit better, and then paint the dipstick silver from there down, and I'll paint this to match the engine. And that'll work on, you know, any small block, big block, Chevy, Ford, Chrysler. Just got to find out the location and put it in that place. So there's your little heads up. And I know I'll find the antenna, and it's not a big deal, but I did make two, and I was going to show you. One was a little bit bigger. And that sucker has bounced and gone somewhere. Probably to the floor and never be seen again. But here's an indication. Try to get up here so you can see how the stuff is wrapped. I take the smallest, which would be this, and I cut off a section, and then I pull that wire out to the length of my antenna I want, and then I'll cut the spring looking part back about, like I said, about 1/8 of an inch, and that gives me an antenna for any model I want to use it on. And you can go as far as taking a punch that's hollow and taking any kind of aluminum, the tiniest, which would be probably about a 1/16 of an inch, and make a circle, make that your plate, drill a hole in it first, and then punch it out, and then you can put your antenna down on that, and that'll look like the base on the car. You can get a piece of styrene and carve it and whittle it and sand it for the ones that are kind of rectangle and they flare up to the antenna. So you can make any kind of antenna that extends out. Put you a tiger tail on the end of that, put it on a GTO. You know, any car, I guess is what I'm getting at. So yeah, we found our material for that now, which is great. A couple more pieces of wires got to get put in there. And then I also want to get another one of those containers so I can start collecting the pinstripes. And I can keep all my pinstripes because I got red, yellow, and black. I have a gray, and then I have this metallic pink that was used for Jenny's. It's 1/32 wide, and that's just about perfect for 124th, 125th models. If you want to do some, excuse me guys, I keep getting a hiccup coming up, pinstriping on any of your models. This is the company. It's Craig's Hobbies and Crafts. No website, so I don't really know how to get a hold of them. It was really inexpensive. I think it was like $2. $2.50. There's tons on there. So if you're really into, you know, like you got to do an OEM paint job and it had pinstriping on it, Craig's Hobbies and Crafts. That's who I would check out. He's a vendor that's at most shows, but he doesn't have a website on here that I'm aware of. Let me check and see. Maybe it's on the inside. Nope. I do the same thing. Keep this down in the container. That way I know when I run out what it was and where to get it. I guess you could try it. Just Google searching Craig's Hobbies and Crafts. Maybe he's got a website. Maybe you guys know. If you do, drop it down in the comments for me. Or send me the link via email. I'd appreciate that. So yeah, we're going to do one for the pinstriping. I know this stuff looks kind of wide in the camera. It's not. It's really, really thin. But it is easy to work with. I farted around with a few pieces when I was helping Jenny do hers. And it lays nice. You're better off putting like one coat of clear on your car or truck, whatever. And then, this sticking to a smooth surface versus a base coat. It doesn't stick very well to base coats. So you want to have at least one coat and then bury it in clear after that. Or leave it right on the surface. It doesn't matter. So, little tip there on that. Jay's, as you know, I'm at desk number 2. Jay's has been moved to desk number 1 now. Since we put up the Corvette. Even though the parts came in, I still don't have enough time because I'm still in the fitment, making all my scratch pieces, fitment, before it even goes to paint. So I know it's going to be at least about a 3-month build, and we're in middle of August, so middle of September, middle of October. I'd have 2 months. I'd be really pushing it, and I wouldn't be able to do nothing else but concentrate on that. So I don't like that kind of pressure. So for a model that it's not a big deal if it goes or it stays. It will go to Acme next year though, and all the shows this spring and summer coming up. Can't see that. So you sell my stuff for the base for the Acme. That's for the 32. My sister-in-law is making she's got a Cricut, so she's going to make a colored match label with the car's name on it to go on. I'll probably put it on the mirror. That way I can just peel it back off when I'm done. Probably one for both sides. Or maybe something that'll go all the way around the perimeter and have the name of the car. I could really use some help with that, guys. I've been thinking on that for months. Well, not months, about 2 months. A name for that 32. Something catchy. The paint is more like ocean themed. The blues, the turquoise, the greens. So, maybe you can come up with a name. You're really good at that. I'm not. Most of them, I just, whatever, like the Black 55, Weed Whacker. It's solo and whack the weeds away driving through the grass. That was just a spur of the minute name. The little project me and McGill are working on, or supposedly working on. I haven't seen McGill in forever post anything, so I'll have to message him and see how he's doing. I know he was moving or something. But anyways, that was my job to think of a name, and that took me like 2 or 3 days, hard thinking. And then we not snowballed, but we pitched back and forth until we both agreed upon a name, which cannot be named yet either. So yeah, I'm at loss for words what to name the 32. So you guys go back and watch the video on it and think about it and drop it down in the comments or send me an email. Thank you, John, Mr. Pinvos, for the order. Guys, I do still have a few things that are for sale that are 3D printed. You just got to kind of email me and ask me, and I'll give you the prices and shipping and all that. Just rattle off some stuff. I got some like headers for like a Pro Touring or Pro Street or even a Resto Mod. They're real tight fit, so they don't get in the way of the chassis. I have those. I have 6-cylinder distributors. I have a few 8-cylinder distributors, the pre-wired ones. I have a slew of colors to choose from. See what else we got. I think I have some nitrous tanks. I have, just send me an email and I'll kind of look through and see what I got. And I'll give you some prices if there's anything you're interested in. I'll let you know if I have it or if I don't, too. Another focus has got to be on this printer here soon. It's just sitting here collecting dust. But I think that's kind of, I've seen guys in the past that struggled and had problems with theirs and finally got them figured out. I just, unfortunately, am in a weird area, I guess, of the the country, that there's not a lot of people that I know or I'm aware of around me that's real knowledgeable on 3D printers, where I could get them over here, kick them a few bucks, whatever, to come over and take a look at it and see. I got the bad prints so they can see what it's doing and what my settings are and kind of get everything mapped out right, and tell me what the machine needs, if anything, or just needs reset on things, so I can kind of get back to printing. There's a lot of new stuff out there I would really like to get, and I still get files sent to me random, no name attached, and they're cool parts, but I can't do nothing with them yet. There's nothing really to show you on. Is there? Did I do anything? No, I did. I did work on it yesterday. I got the wax all out of the door jambs and around the A pillars and the B pillars and all that. We checked our center caps that we're using. Those are the MGSF parts. They work perfect. They look great. I just got to decide on a color to paint them, and I think I'm going to do red on the pin. It's kind of like a cotter pin on the one-piece hub bolt. What else? Oh, we got our brakes started. They got to be finished up, so I think I'm going to work on that. Some little components, because I want to get it to where it's a rolling chassis here in the next few days. And that means I got to get the roll cages all painted. So that'll probably be my next thing, is getting the roll cages painted, the suspension parts painted, run my lines that I need to run, that kind of stuff, and get it all prepped and ready. Because the engine's going to be really the finicky part. All the turbos, the intercoolers, all that, and the piping and all that. It's going to be a challenge for me, but I'm up for the challenge. But yeah, guys, let's just make this sweet and short. It's 30 minutes now, almost 40. If you can figure out a name for the 32, please put it down in the comments, or send me an email. Same way, if you got any questions on parts that are 3D printed, I'll let you know if I have them or I don't, and how much they are. I hope you like the organization box for all the detail wire. So now I know I just go one box, and when I'm detailing a model, whether it's the interior or the chassis or the engine compartment, everything's in one box. And then bulk I have over here on spools, so I can pull off what I need. And then any fall off of that I can put in here, or in that bag, and it all stays handy in one place. Same way I want to do it with these. I want to do it with the pinstriping. I'll eventually do something similar with all my decals, instead of just throwing them in drawers. I've got a dedicated box. It's got 3 drawers in it, and it's all decals, but I still got to dig through all of them. At least I can kind of organize them to a degree, of what they are, the era, what they went on, that kind of organization. I like that when it's specific things. Same way as why I got all these drawers back here. It's carburetors. It's whatever it may be. It's right there, and I can go look and see what I got in there, if anything, and grab it and see if this is going to work or not. And then I have all the ton of parts over here. Also have up for grabs cover shipping, leftover parts. Go back a couple videos. You'll see where I've got, I don't know, 20 or 30 kits. They just don't have bodies. Some of them have the second hood, ground effects, stuff like that, but they don't have the actual body. But the chassis is there, suspension, the engine, and tires and wheels, those kind of things are there. So you just got to kind of let me know what you're looking for. I'll let you know if I have it, and then we can work out a deal on all that as well. The shipping is, if it's just a few parts, I can put it in a smaller envelope. It's cheaper. It's like on $5.50 to ship it that way. If we get into a box, then it's probably close to $10. depending on the weight, keeping the weight down. But yeah, just let me know, guys. As always, my email's down below. Go check out Market Hobby Nut Models if you get a chance. His link is always there. MGSF, Ryan Jones. Ryan Jones has just been super busy here lately, so he's not done a whole lot. But he'll get back into the swing of it here because we're going into the fall. Let's see what else. MGSF, as a matter of fact, just messaged me on the Fat Boy 300 SL, how that's going, and I've touched the body just a little bit, doing some body work, getting stuff prepped. That's how I like to start all my builds, is with the body. And then before I go to final paint, I always make sure that whatever I'm adding will fit in. That's why I do a mock-up to see where I'm at, if I need to modify the body any before I put beautiful paint on it, that type of deal. But I have it here, and that's what's going on this desk. That is a build series by itself. It'll be posted from time to time. It's not top priority. Jay's is top priority right now, and finishing Tom's, and then the Fat Boy, and we're going to get Wife's Choice finished up too. So we'll see what we can get done this week. You guys have a great weekend. Football on tonight, guys. Remember, go Bengals. Just kidding. I know everybody don't like the Bengals. But that's about all I can think of. If you guys got any questions, anything you want me to talk about more, just let me know. Don't be scared to leave a comment. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people watch it on TV just like I do, and you can't leave a comment. That's where I usually I try when I watch things on YouTube on the big TV. If I find it, I'll have my phone with me, and I'll go through and search out your page, and then I'll follow you if I'm not already, and leave a comment that way. When I can, I try to get caught up on all that stuff. It's just so hard because there's so many. And I know you guys struggle with the same thing. But yeah, we're going to start getting a little more organized, because like I got this loose thing. I'm going to need to get containers where I can put this kind of stuff down in, and I know exactly where it's at. I can stack these all up and put them up underneath the back of the desk here, and they're out of sight, out of mind, and I know where to go to get everything when I start detailing. I do have the big, massive clipboard over here, or pegboard, full of aftermarket parts. But, you get busy, and then you lose the package, or it gets thrown away, and then you're left with something like this. It's better to have something smaller to put it all in and, protect it and keep it from getting all mangled and bent up or losing the parts off of it, that type of thing. Organization's key in our hobby, because before you know it, your desk will look like mine do all the time, and you can't find nothing, and it's a nightmare. But thank you to all my past, present, and future subscribers. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, please. Hit that bell notification. You'll know when my videos come out. And that's about it, guys. Can't think of nothing else. Oh, somebody did call me or email me, said, or message me, or comment, said they're going to get some of these. Kudos. You're really going to enjoy them. Like I said, a little pricey. You got to wait a little time. But to me, they're well worth it. This is similar in the regards of RB Motion. You saw it's real aluminum. It's definitely the look. These are definitely the look as well, without having to go through RB Motion and paying the higher price. These are a lot cheaper, and you get a lot more of them than what you will through RB Motion using real aluminum. And once these are painted, you gotta go tell. You can't tell. So definitely check out hobbyisthaven.com. That's where you'll find all the stuff. Great tools. Everything. Shipping, it's going to take a little while to get, but it's a cool site. Go check it out. I'll have their link down below again. I'll put RB Motion's link down below, but guys, the website is a horrendous nightmare to navigate around on it. So if any of you have been on there, you'll know what I'm talking about. But you can also I'll see if I can get his email in down below. It's rbmotion.com. Just go there. It's quicker for me to tell you, and you can write it down as I'm saying it, or pause it and rewind it. But rbmotion.com. Anybody knows about the pinstriping, Craig's Hobbies and Crafts, if you know him, please send me a link to his, if he has a website or email information, please. And yeah, that's it, guys. Just, we're double talking now, so I'll get off here, get to work on some stuff. You guys have fun. Be safe. We'll see you next week. This is Rusty Ritter. I'm out.